Okay, I've already put my nose in, and it's pretty simple. What I did was I went with a triangle. I went with this hole, and these 3 holes, and I went in one side and out the other over and over again and built up with the yarn. And it's pretty simple. It's like the same way you do the eyes, but you're going to do a triangle and you're going to stop there. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it here in the black, and I'm going to go up because I'm going to just do halfway to show you how I did the nose, and then I'm going to show you how to do the whole eye. So in the same way, I'm just going to go up from here, and I'm going to go right here in these 2 holes. So I'm going to go underneath inside the beanie, and I'm going to come in from this side of the hole, and I centered it from the middle, bringing it down, making sure it's centered, and a little bit off from the part here. You want your face to be as centered as possible. It's not a hard thing to do. It's very simple. If you don't want to do the eyes like this, you can always purchase little buttons, oval buttons. I've only have orange ones here, but you can find black ones and just put that right on there, and that can make the eye perfectly, and you don't have to do all the cross stitching, making it easy, and it looks cute. Same thing with the nose. If you don't want to do it that way, you can always use a button and put a triangle button there, which I don't think I have anymore. No, I do not have any more triangle buttons, but I do have a heart one. So just like, see, that looks like a pig to me, but you know what I mean, hopefully. So I'm just going in one side and out the other. And every time I go in one side, I'm always going on from this side. So now I'm going to go up to this hole. See how it's above? And this was 2, now I'm going in the 3rd. So I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to go here. And this is the same way you're going to do your nose. I'm going to do halfway, and then I'm going to show you the full way of the eye. It's the same technique. So now I have the top and the bottom. The bottom should be small, and this one should be short, and this one should be long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on going in and filling this in and making sure it starts forming into a triangle. So I'll even go into the stitches itself instead of, see how I went in the middle of that? My needle's right here. I'm just going to keep on going through and out, just like cross stitching. This is the same way. And I don't want to go all the way over here. I want to make sure that I'm doing a triangle, or somewhat like a triangle. And I just fill in the white. Just like you would do your nose, this is the same way. And you see it already forming. Once you keep doing it over and over, you don't really have to do that much. Just make sure your yarn is flat. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. what you hear in the background is my TV. My kids are watching TV. I get a lot of compliments. What's that noise in the background? Well, I'm a busy mother, so I got the dryer going, I got the TV going, and I got this camera going, so any little noise you hear in the back is pretty much my living space. So, sorry about that. And the last one. And that's pretty much how you do your nose as well. As you can see, it's like formed into a triangle just like this one. And that's how you do your nose. So do that in the center. You just start from here and bring yourself down and find the 2 and the 3 and start from there. Now I'm going to finish the other part of this, which is another triangle right above this, and that's going to make the eye. So let me show you real quick. So I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to do it again inside the same hole on the other side. Okay, and this is going to be the big side, so I need to come up from the 2, and I'm going to go here, and here. So that's the little point, and then you're going to fill it in just like you did the triangle, and it's going to make you an oval. I'm going to go one more time on the very top in the same holes. Just make sure it's secured right. And that's your eye. You'll do the same thing to the other side. And what I do is I like to go along here and then make sure I'm on the same row. So from here to here, I would probably put my other eye right about here, because I'm going up from here. There's my 2 eyes, and I make sure it's on the same row so they're even. And then the same thing on the top, I make sure that it's on the same row, the 2. And you'll do that to the other side as well. And to slip it off, what I do is I just cut the yarn and I tie these together. And you do the same thing to the nose as well. And you really don't want to tie too tight, just tie it off. I think I pulled a little too tight, but you just tie it. I like to do it 3 times, making sure it's secure, and then I slip it from the end here. That's it. Done. Now for the whiskers, and I believe I have enough yarn for that. Okay, so for the whiskers, I pretty much just imagine your whiskers on the face, and what I do is like to skip the rows to make sure they're spaced out. And I don't want them too close to the nose. I like to have them somewhat coming off from the eye here, not underneath the eye, but a little bit off from the eye. So I'll probably start my first whisker right about here. I don't want it too close to the eye. It just hits too hard from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath that 1 stitch, pull through, and make sure like have enough string to hold on to. And you're going to bring that across to the side here, and you're going to put your needle in from the back of your ear. So I'm going through the back of the ear, I'm bringing it in. So my needle's coming in from the other side, and I pull. And I'm not going to pull tightly, because if it's too tight, imagine when you put a beanie on, it does stretch out. So I just want it a little bit loose, but not too loose. So just make sure it's just hanging there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over just one, because it's like almost like a zigzag, like if they are actually the whiskers. You can go straight down if you want to, but I think it looks better this way for some reason. I did try doing that way, and I just thought it just looked weird. So I just went down one row, so I'm on the next row, and I moved over one hole. Instead of coming to this hole, I'm moving over to this hole. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull it across and go behind the ear and make sure that I'm lined up one row, skip one, and go to the next. Now for the other side, the other whisker, I'm going to line it up with the top one, the same size. So it's pretty much right here. I'll pull through. Ooh, pulled a little too hard. Okay. Go in the back here. Pull through. And you got your whiskers in. And to wait to fasten these off, pretty much inside, you're going to take these two strings, which I don't have that much string on here, the yarn, and I just tie them together. When I'm tying them, I'm making sure that it's open a little bit, so I know I have that extra stretch for when they put them on. I always do 3 knots. 2 seem to unravel on me for some reason. And I'm just going to cut the scissors off. And you'll do the same thing to the other side. So you want to look from here and make sure you count, or adjust your rows, make sure they're on the same rows, and you do that to the other side. So stay tuned for the bow.